Steinem once said, "We will never solve the feminization of power until we solve the masculinity of wealth." Barbara Provost and Maggie Nielsen are the team at Purse Strings that will help you navigate the ins and outs of financial independence so that you can be financially fearless. This is Women in Money, the shit we don't talk about.
This episode of Women in Money, the shit we don't talk about, Barb and I wanted to jump on and talk a bit about holiday shopping and not shopping. Because gifts for the holidays, let's back up here. Barb and I our love language is not gifts. Either one of us. We're not gift people. So I just want to start with that preface. Because I know some people, this is their love language, and I don't want to deny that. But we're going to go into the holiday shopping and not shopping and kind of different ideas for the holidays, coming from two people who are not gift givers.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that we've never given gifts. Of course we have. And they're usually pragmatic or things people want versus just going out and mindlessly shopping for people. And you're right. Yeah, we've never really, been giving each other long lists of gifts that we want.
And I know we were texting about this a bit, and I watched the new Netflix documentary about consumerism. Did you watch it yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, if you watch that before you go holiday shopping, that will really put your thoughts into perspective. It's not a very happy thing, but will help you with consumerism. I think it will help you buy a little less, seeing how things are not ever decomposed or ever away.
Yeah.
Which I think is why we buy pragmatic gifts. And I like things that I can use, and then otherwise, why would I have it just sit there?
Well, yeah, and I think it goes to, what brings you joy.
Yeah.
So when I think about family, I always want to, create memories, right? I'm making memories or making deposits, as they say, depositing into your family with ways that are memorable. So for me, what I loved is I used to make, the family on Christmas Day get all bundled up because it's usually really cold with the dog and, walk down to the park in the snow and just kind of, play with the dog or have a snowball fight or something like that, because then we'd come back to a nice, warm, cozy home, put on a fire, have a nice dinner. But it's about getting up, getting out, and having kind of some kind of family tradition.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about that more on Thanksgiving. I think about it on Christmas, how we'd always go to a movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'd go to a movie together, and what are you laughing about?
One time on Christmas as a family, we went to go see Wolf of Wall Street. And that was a fun family activity.
That was a little bit of a wild movie for the age appropriation, but, sometimes you just experience it and now you always remember that, right?
Yeah, it was a long movie, but it was a great time.
Yeah, and then we'd just go have dinner together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more about spending time or having memories. And, if you need something, it's not like you didn't get what you wanted or needed. It was pretty pragmatic. And I think that comes from, just my upbringing of being in such a big family. For Christmas, typically we got pajamas.
For a reminder, Barb is one of 13. So
yeah. So it was like 3 gifts, maybe pajamas and maybe a doll or something. And I don't know.
I thought
maybe that was it.
Got like one gift for the girls and one gift for the boys.
Oh, yes. So I remember the year for all of the girls, we got one of those hair dryers that you sit under, or you can even stand up. It's like what you see in an actual hair salon. That's how big this thing was. But 7 girls, right? It got its full use. You sit under it and it's so loud you can't hear if people are talking to you back in the day. And then the boys got a bird. In a cage, yeah.
Like a bird. Oh, like a real bird.
A real bird, yeah.
Right. I'm sure that's what they wanted. I think you guys made out better on that year.
But it's just funny because we always remember that.
Yeah.
We don't always remember the gifts that we got unless for some amazing reason it was so like your first bike or something. But what was memorable? What are your thoughts, Maggie?
I love pragmatic things. If I were to get a gift, it needs to be pragmatic. I was thinking about this the other day, and like some of my favorite gifts, Weighted blanket, 100%. Electric toothbrush. If you know someone in your life who does not have an electric toothbrush right now, that's what they need for their holiday. It's life changing. I was thinking, I really wish Mike, Barb's husband, like for a toolkit for Christmas, just like things I would need for the car that I don't know that I would need. I ordered one of those tire pressure pumps. I ordered one of those, but I was thinking the other day, I was like, I should probably have a blanket, and maybe there's other things people put in their car that I have no idea about. So just some things that are like helpful life things that I would never actually choose to buy, but really know I need in my life. Those are my favorite things.
Yeah, and you have a very pragmatic gift on the way.
I know, a new piece of luggage. I mean, you're going to use it all the time. That's like, I don't want anything after the store. And that I just need a store when I'm not traveling. And that's fine.
Yeah. And we're big on thrifting. I mean, we don't thrift gifts or anything like that, but we're big on thrifting, reuse, recycle, renew, all of that. And that's just a fun way to spend your day.
I wouldn't hate thrifting on gifting, but I wanted to talk about one time one of my aunts said, my aunt has two daughters and they both had partners. So it was like three couples. And one year for Christmas, what they would always do is everyone would like buy a dinner through the year. And so you'd pick the restaurant and it's kind of like the experience. And then you kind of pay for what you want to pay. I mean, if you want to pay for a steakhouse for everyone, you would do that. But if you wanted to like go to some bar that's more of an experience, but maybe cheaper, like that was an option too, but it's like that way you had 3 dates set on the calendar for the year that everyone would go out together, which I thought was like a nice way to do it because everyone was kind of adults. They didn't need anything, but like that way you had 3 times throughout the year that you would all meet up.
Yeah, I love that too because it's creating an experience that one couple will plan for the rest of them.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter the dollar amount. It's just make a great opportunity for us to come together and enjoy something to eat and the experience and, maybe do something afterwards. I thought that was a fantastic way to celebrate, the holidays, AKA, just your family and being together as well throughout the year because, as adults, it's so difficult sometimes to get your children together all at one place. But if you put them on the calendar during that year, around the holiday time, what your plan is, then you already have it mapped out.
Yeah, I love that one a lot. And then I know we always talk about like doing some kind of volunteering thing. So I know like locally, I don't know if it's just in the Chicagoland area, is like Feed My Starving Children, but you can also do, any soup kitchen or some kind of like family donation. I know we did our event at Bernie's Book Bank and you could, go and volunteer there. I guess Feed My Starving Children and Bernie's are good with like groups or like if you have children, so like 5 or 8, which is nice when the whole family's together. You can all kind of volunteer and kind of give back while you're together as well.
Yeah, and teaching your children, that there are less fortunate people who don't just get a ton of gifts under the tree every year, but they're just trying to make it through life sometimes. And if we all lend a helping hand, we make it easier for everyone.
Yeah.
And so this year, Mike and I are going to go celebrate Christmas with Ed and Maggie out in Kansas City and have like a pre-Christmas holiday. So just coming together for the weekend. I think we're even going to go to the Kansas City game, maybe out for a nice dinner and just spending time together since we don't get together all that often is for me the only thing I really want to do for Christmas. I don't need a gift. I just, children are everything, especially as they get older and move away. Spending time with them is so important.
Yeah, we're also going to use some of my handyman skills. I think we're going to put in a new faucet, but not everybody knows about this plan yet.
Well, you're going to have to let them know what kind of tools you should bring along if possible. But yeah, helping out one another is great. But so for gifting on the holidays, I've seen this video where, I watch TikTok and they'll say, you don't need another eyeliner. You don't need another lip gloss. You don't need a packet of 5 different pairs of socks. You don't need, a new bag, another bag. And this woman who's doing it is actually doing it because she's purging her house and her closet and all of that and realizing, wow, I bought all of these bags, and really, how many times have I used them? What did I spend on them? The clothes. I mean, when we really think about the clothes, and we probably wear 10 to 20% of the same clothes over and over, versus what else is in our closet. And while we're not dissing people who have a lot of clothes, good for you. If that's your thing, that's your thing. It's just, there's a lot of consumerism, like you say, back at that Netflix special that they talk about. It's just, as we think about better for the world, better for one another, and really, teaching or showing your values through your actions.
Purse Strings offers an available for hire network of vetted professionals who specialize in serving women. When you have a life event that has suddenly made money a priority, you can now move forward with a whole new confidence that you're getting advice and services from savvy professionals who are uniquely equipped to serve your needs. Go to pursestrings.co and use our directory of handpicked financial professionals when you're ready to plan for retirement, navigate divorce, buy your next home, fire up your new business, and more. Go to pursestrings.co or check the link in the show notes. Now you can be financially fearless.
Would you ever feel just like sometimes I just feel uncomfortable showing up empty-handed, especially during the holiday time. Like you have to get at least a bottle of wine or a lotion or things like that, which I get, like they're not much. It's not even the price after a while, but it's just like, I don't use anything scented. I don't want anyone to buy me a lotion. I don't want the wine. Like really just come,
But I have the best solution to that. You want to hear it?
That's what we're here for.
I think if you bring somebody some luscious pastries or something that they can have for their breakfast the next day, is always a nice treat to bring people, because food around the holidays is special. And so even if you bake a pie or you make a luscious strata or something that they can heat and put the next day in there for their breakfast, I think as a hostess gift, that's really kind of fun, because they've worked so hard and now you're treating them to something they can have luscious the next day. Why are you smiling at me?
Because I could see sometimes somebody bringing you a casserole and you'd be like, I'm not going to eat that.
No, I would eat a strata. I was thinking about making one. But moreover, I was thinking about these luscious pastries they have at this bakery down the street, which are just so yummy and so decadent. And how often do you eat something like that? Not that often.
Yeah.
I did that one time. I went to a friend's house. She invited us for New Year's Eve. And so instead of bringing, alcohol, I brought her some luscious pastries for the morning for her and her husband.
I mean, I would not be mad about that at all. But, okay. And then I did have another question about, the people that you do need to gift / extra tip during the holidays. This is a list I always forget, so let's just run through it. Usually your house cleaner, you pay double.
Absolutely. Yep. You should pay double.
Do you tip your mailman?
I don't, because I don't really even know my mailman. He just drives around in a truck. I don't think I even know his name or what he looks like.
Okay.
Do you?
Do I know who it is?
No, do you tip your mailman?
I've thought about it. I'm always afraid that they're just going to take the letter and there's not going to be cash in there. I mean, I could leave them some cookies. I make a ton during the holiday, so I'm sure I've done that before.
That would be lovely.
I'm not in
your hairdresser.
Okay. Do you tip them extra? Or do you tip them double? What do you tip them?
Probably double the normal tip.
Okay. Just sometime when you go during the holiday season?
Yeah.
Double.
If it's someone that you've gone to for a long, long time, for sure. And then also, my manicurist.
Yeah, I was going to say the nail person.
It is someone I go to all the time. So that's another way of, I just double the tip. Mm-hmm. And then that's another experience. I mean, we've done that together. We just love getting mani-pedis together. That's a treat for us that we love to do. And
yeah, not mad. I like them.
That and massages.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, your masseuse, yes. Well, my masseuse, she doesn't take tips.
So do you give her anything different during the holidays?
I haven't.
I love someone who doesn't take a tip. Just charge me what you want for your 90 minutes that I just paid you for because you're the owner of the business.
Yeah, and she said to us, my prices are being raised, but I'm not taking tips. You don't have to tip me. But she's very clear about it. Mm-hmm. And so she's just paying for the services, which is fine with me. And I'm glad that she had that conversation with us and told us, how she works. And that was great. She's just an independent masseuse, and she's fantastic. So, yeah. The other thing, as a small business is really telling other people about other businesses that you use. So without a lot of brouhaha, I tell people all the time about my masseuse, where she is. She's local. She's fantastic. And I've referred her to probably 4 or 5 people who now she has in her books. So,
just don't take my time slot.
Yeah. So, and she's grateful for that, right?
Yeah.
That's what a small business wants. So that's important.
I mean, just like they show on Instagram, sometimes it's kind of tacky, but like the save, the share, the like, the repost, I mean, they do all like really help, but there's really nothing better than an authentic post or share about it. But yeah, even during the holidays, if you do those free things, all the podcasts you listen to, leave a review on them, like this one. Let's take a moment.
God, wouldn't we love that? We would love that. And it only takes, maybe a couple minutes.
Not even.
It would bring us so much joy.
Yeah, I mean, it is looking at these free things, but then it seems like, we kind of have to reallocate some of the spending that we do onto these service people that we work with day in and day out, who are kind of, boots on the ground people. And so, yeah, seeing where we can tip them there extra. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else I'm forgetting about. We don't have like doormen. I just have a dog. He doesn't do much at the door.
Yeah, there's not a lot of other services I would say that I use. But around the holidays, like if I use Instacart, I'll tip more for those people who are working hard around the holidays.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is, I love to just call people by their name tag and have a little conversation and wish them a happy holiday. Like I was at Trader Joe's yesterday, and the guy checking out my groceries, he had a name tag that said Big Wave Dave on it, So of course I had to ask him about it, right? And ask him what that happened, why that came. We talked a little bit about that. So, and
is he
people
like a
love
surfer?
being called. No, he's from California.
Big Wave Dave.
He was gifted that from the Trader Joe's he worked at in California. So he used that now. In the middle of Chicago. I'm like, why did you come here? But he loves Chicago. He loves Illinois. His, children love the schools here. So it was fantastic. But had I not seen that on his name tag or just said, thanks, Dave, or something, we would not have had that little nugget of conversation. And I think, people are lonely. People like to have a little chit chat. Of course, it's not hard to do at Trader Joe's, but just in general. Oh, let me tell you something else. I forgot to tell you this. I was at a store getting something for the Thanksgiving table since I'm hosting. And
all right, let's back up here. For those who are new, Barb has taken on this whole new identity of making a tablescape for the holidays. This is a whole new thing. It was never like this growing up, and now she thinks she's Martha Stewart.
Well,
and the whole dinner is from Whole Foods, so I love that,
I don't like to cook as much, so get the dinner from Whole Foods and just kind of play around with the little tablescape because I have time now. I'm not raising little children and, working full time and
the tablescape.
going to school and all that. But come on, Maggie, we set a decent table.
No, I know. It's just
I know you like to laugh at me. But anyway, when I told the woman my name, because she asked for, when I was checking out, I said, Barbara. She goes, just like mine. I'm like, oh, really? I said, what's your middle name? And she said, Joan. And I said, oh, just like mine. We were both Barbara Jones. I never meet a Barbara Jones. I meet a Barbara Jean all the time. She's like, Yeah, you don't see any barbers anymore. And I'm like, yeah, usually they're our age. That's it. That name's gone by the wayside. But, we had such a little nice conversation about it and wished each other a nice, happy Thanksgiving. And it was just a little kind of joyous nugget in my day. It made me happy.
I have definitely taken that tip from you and talk everyone by their first name when they have a name tag. And for a while, when I had like my girlfriend roommates, they were just like, everybody you talk to, like you have to just pretend like you're best friends with. I left the grocery the other day. I was like, thanks, Holly. Have a great day. I was like, how'd you know she was Holly? And I was like, well, her name tag said it. And that's one of my drawbacks with Aldi is they don't wear a name tag. I can't call her by her name. I don't know it.
I know. They're human beings. They're hardworking people. We need to, show the love a little bit, especially around the holidays. Call them by their name.
Yeah, really identify them.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So it's the little things in life that make me happy, like trying to put together a tablescape, and they don't turn out great, but they're okay. And I usually take about 10 pictures and send them to you, Maggie.
And we will see if we can attach those with the episode. You finished the Thanksgiving tablescape?
I did, but right now there's a huge puzzle on my table that you started with Mike, and it's all sushi, which is driving him crazy. And me too, because I'm not a puzzler, but I was over there trying to help him because he wants to finish it before he has to take it apart so I can set the table.
The drama. The drama.
There's a lot going on.
All right, so I think we covered what we set out to cover. Gifts, not gifts, family bonding, who we need to get tipped in the holidays. Anything else we missed?
Just being kind and courteous, using people's names, and having a little bit of conversation to the people that are working so hard over the holidays, and acknowledging them as well.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Hope everyone else has a happy holiday season.
Yeah.
And we got some big things for 2025, which is weird to say. So keep practicing that one.
Yeah. So we'd love to get a review on our podcast, but also share your tips. What do you love to do as a family? How much do you tip into whom? What are your thoughts? We'd love to share them with the rest of the community. So let us know. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, like and share our podcast, because if we're not talking about money, we're not learning about money.
All right. Talk to you all again soon.
Be financially fearless. Bye.
Information is for illustrative purposes only and does not constitute tax, investment, or legal advice. Always consult with a qualified investment, legal, or tax professional before taking any action.